Alright, before I decided to put my rocks in the oven here, before I show you guys all that, I wanted to show you some of the tools I use here. Now, I bought a lot of these tools from a website called Missouri Trading Company. I'm really happy with the boppers and everything they got here. Unfortunately, whatever they coated them in, I'm allergic to it, so I had to duct tape, or I guess I used electrical tape this time. But as you can see, it's got a set screw here. I can loosen that up, take the cap off, put a new cap on pretty quickly. There's also a tap set or a die set that you can purchase from them that will go ahead and pound these back into a nice round surface for you to use. But I've got other jigs that I've used that I've made myself. I got 1 1/4 inch. As you can see, I use it quite a bit. 1 inch and then 3/4 of an inch. Then I made this little mini bopper here that comes in handy for just hitting small items. It's got a little lead in the end of it here and epoxied on, made with a little mahogany dowel rod there. My various leather pads. I've got 2 or 3 that I've made here. I got a couple more that I'm working on right now that makes it a little easier. My grinding stone, which is pretty much just a makeshift grinding wheel that I purchased from my work. I got 3 flakers here that came from the same place. You got 3/8 as far as the flakings, then I got 1/4 inch and 5/16, and then another piece here that I just made as a small notcher. Carved a little, I'm not sure if you can see that, carved a little wood spirit into the end of it there. My file for sharpening, and then my Ishi stick also came from the same spot. Here's some of the small arrowheads that I've made. I haven't made any knife blades or anything like that that are worth showing. This here is the necklace I made that I wear quite a bit. In my leather pad, I have a measuring system that I set up on a 1 inch, 1/2 inch, to give myself a rough idea of how long the rock is, so when I'm not trying not to lose too much of the length, I can keep a pretty good eye on what I'm doing there. Here's a broken piece that I was working on about an hour ago. And I got it down pretty thin, but then I broke the tip off of it, so it pretty much, goes back to the pile, or I work it down smaller. It's just a piece of obsidian there that I got out of that box that I purchased off of eBay. Alright, well, I just wanted to show you the tools that I'm using here. A lot of people make their own tools. I've made a lot of tools, but they didn't really work out too well. And then I found this website, Missouri Trading Company. I thought I should give them a little kudos here, since the guy that, I think his last name is Warren, that made these boppers, and they're just really nice. Made of hard steel tubing with aluminum ends, aircraft aluminum, and of course your boppers there with a set screw that'll never go out. These tools are also warranted for life as long as that website's up. Here's the bag that I keep everything in. As you see, I got more padding that I've got already made up that I could go ahead and cut down and use one. A few of my hammer stones here, small little thing of files that I use for hafting the arrowheads to I think I paid like $2 for this at the Harvest Auto Parts store. Alright, well, I'll show you here my video on rocks here in just a little bit. I'm going to collect everything up and we'll get started. Alright, I got a piece of my 32-inch monitor here that I'm still working. I'm still basically trying to figure out why I keep getting so much end shock. I'll be working one end and the other end comes off on me. I believe maybe it's probably I'm not holding it properly, but hopefully recording this will help me figure out what I'm doing wrong. I think I'm going to adjust this down just a wee bit here. Hopefully that's better. Alright, well, I'm going to get started here. Okay, I've scissored the edge all the way around on this to give myself a working platform. Now I'm just going to go ahead and straighten the edges here. Trying to give myself the straightest firing line I can get. There we go. Well, I believe I got a continuous working platform there. We're going to flip it over and give it a try. Start on this one end here. Drop down to my 1 inch. And just crush that edge. I like to save these and look at these a little bit, kind of give me some good generalized information on how it's spreading, how deep I hit it. That one's just a little high on it, so we're going to step away from here. There we go. I'm trying to keep in mind the center plane idea, the center line, so I don't overshoot. So I'm constantly looking at my platform, which I just basically started doing here. I wasn't doing it properly. I was just kind of opportunistically. I was taking the opportunity to hit whatever platform I could. Let's say it that way. Just raising the edge back the other way. Okay. Let's raise that just a wee bit more. Okay, and as you can see, my rock is starting off roughly about 5.5 inches, and I'm going to try and keep it roughly 5.5 inches. So I'm only going to take flakes from either side. I'm not going to try and go end to end too much, other than quick base hole thinning flakes, which I'm going to try down here. And I think this is where I get most of my end shock, so we're going to try something different today. Got some of it, but raise that firing line for the next round when I come back around to it. On these slabs, I've been trying to